So, very quick lesson on the 3 refuges in Buddhism. Some of the stuff is on the board. The 3 refuges in Buddhism, Triratna or Tisarana. Buddhism is practical. You go to the refuge, and the refuges are themselves practical. I seek refuge in the Buddha, the example. I seek refuge in the Dharma, the teachings, but not an abstract set of teachings, but a practical set of teachings that has been gathered and amassed and gets bigger and bigger depending on which vehicle you are following. And the sangha, I seek refuge in the sangha, the community. This is the ultimate practical manifestation of Buddhism. What's the little expression? Kalyana mitrata, friendship that is beautiful. Seeking refuge in the Buddha. In Theravada, where the Buddha is regarded as a man. The Buddha is the Blessed One, Arahant or Arhat. The Buddha is the example. The Buddha's life is an inspiration. But when we move to the Mahayana tradition, we're looking at a broader understanding of the Buddha and Buddhahood. We're thinking of other Buddhas in other realms, Amitabha, Dharmakaya, the ultimate, the Buddha beyond comprehension, the awareness of Buddhahood in everything. We are all potential Buddhas. If you go to the Tibetan vehicle, and the idea of the bodhisattva, the idea of the lama, the idea of patriarchs, we seek refuge in them. When we're seeking refuge in the Dharma, in Theravada we're following the Eightfold Path, the middle way, seeking peace and calm in the chaos of the world, exploring and experiencing everything really, and acquiring skills. Apaya Kausalya. Apaya Kausalya. But then if we move into the Tibetan or the Mahayanan tradition, we're looking at things like the Lotus Sutra, the Bodhisattva path, the ideas of emptiness and so on. When we move to the refuge of the Sangha, remember the 3 refuges are colour-coded. The Buddha, yellow. The Dharma, blue. The Sangha, red. The Sangha, there are 4 types of people in the world. Lay men, lay women, monks and nuns. We will come to this a bit later when we're looking at the whole idea of meditation, but the refuges themselves are used in meditation. They're referred to regularly, chanted regularly, because repetition is a central feature in all forms of Buddhism. Ceremonies, repetitive ceremonies maybe, but this whole idea of repetition, this whole idea of practice, repetitive practice, maybe counting, alters our consciousness. For those of you who know something about the Kumon mathematical tradition, this idea of counting with your fingers, there's a lot of research being done at the moment about the way when people are moving their fingers, this somehow stimulates things in the brain, and we think in a different way. So maybe the ancients both in Buddhism and in the other great traditions of meditation, in Islam and in Christianity, and for that matter even in Judaism, had got it right. Our meditative practices are centered in something that we are beginning to understand. The way we repeat things, the way we chant things, the way we use our fingers, our hands, our bodies in the process of repetition somehow influences and calms our mind and has a deeper effect. So very, very quick summary of the 3 refuges, but you need to use it with my notes.